Today we're going to be checking out the NVG50 digital night vision monocular, which is an upgrade to the NVG30. And right now this is one of the best performing budget digital night vision devices on the market. We're going to start off with a quick unboxing so you can see everything that comes with the NVG50. And first thing you'll get is a manual, a protective pouch. This is the NVG50. This is part of the mount that connects to the helmet mounting bracket. This is a dovetail mount which is compatible with a variety of Wilcox bridges. There's a lens wipe, the included helmet mount, an external USB battery charger, two 18350 batteries, and a USB-C charging setup, and this is the pick rail mount that also comes with the NVG50. The body itself is pretty compact, and it's smaller than pretty much all other digital night vision units that I've tested. On this side, you've got a port cover that protects a USB-C data transfer charging port, as well as the included micro SD card. Beneath that, there are some buttons, and we'll jump into what those do in a few minutes. And on the front of the device, we've got the objective lens, which can rotate to focus. And inside, there's an ultra-low illuminance CMOS sensor. And on top of that, there's a built-in flood-style 940 nanometer IR illuminator. On the other side, we've got a port to connect an external battery pack. And moving to the back of the device, we've got a battery compartment, the viewing screen, and the diopter adjustment wheel. And on top of the device is where you're going to connect different mounting hardware. This is a stock mounting arm that comes included with the NVG50, and it's fast mount compatible, so it should work with the majority of aftermarket helmets. The UI on the NVG50 is quite simple and can be controlled by these three small buttons on the side. You press and hold the power button to turn it on, and you can also use that button to record video. The center button can switch the 4 different color viewing modes and also turn on the IR light. This button is the digital zoom, and also holding it will bring you into the main menu. And we see the first setting is the 180-degree flip, which will come in handy if you plan on mounting the NVG50 to a pick rail. The icon setting will allow you to turn on and off the icons on the screen. Color mode is another way for you to change between the 4 viewing modes. Loop recording will allow you to adjust the length of the recording. Playback will allow you to view video files recorded to the device. Wi-Fi will allow you to broadcast a video feed to your smartphone. The crosshair setting will allow you to turn on and off a crosshair. The IR auto will automatically adjust IR output depending on the current lighting conditions in your environment. P&P is picture-in-picture mode, which will allow you to zoom in a small window at the top of your screen rather than compromising your whole field of view. LCD brightness will allow you to adjust the brightness of the internal display screen, and it is set to auto by default. And I recommend setting this to level 5 because it will help you see the most in low light areas. The time and date adjustment is pretty self-explanatory. Auto power off will allow you to set a time for the device to turn off automatically. You can also change the menu language, adjust the frames per second from 30 to 40, and if you plan to use the device for movement, you should keep it set to 40 frames per second. The gyroscope will help calibrate the device. You can format the SD card, restore everything to default factory settings, and finally check the version info. There is a digital zoom feature on the NVG50, and standard magnification is 1x, but you can bump it up to 2x, 3x, and 4x, and the clarity of the video is still really good, and this is a huge advantage that digital night vision has over analog devices. The footage you see here is slightly darker than the image that you'd see looking through the screen of the device itself, so your real-world use experience would be slightly enhanced from what we see here. The footage we're going to be looking at was filmed outdoors with a first quarter moon with 56% illumination, and no IR lighting was being used unless otherwise indicated. We're going to take a walk down a trail, and as you can see, this area is pretty open, and we're able to get great visibility under the moonlight, and the performance is much better than what you'd see with the naked eye alone. The field of view on the NVG50 is about 45 degrees, and walking with the NVG50 down a trail is quite manageable, and you're able to move with ease, and the latency on the device is barely noticeable. You can improve the field of view substantially with the wide angle lens mod, which I really like, and it's easy to attach and it slips over the existing lens, and this is definitely an upgrade that I'd recommend if you plan on using the device helmet mounted for navigation. In most conditions you won't need to rely on IR lighting so long as ample moonlight is available. You do start to notice the performance of the device suffering as we wander deeper into the woods where most of the moonlight is blocked by trees. You can still make things out reasonably well, but your visibility range is definitely going to be limited in these conditions. This is an area where a lot of digital night vision devices would have trouble, but from the devices that we've tested, both the NVG50 and the NVG30 seem to excel compared to other similarly priced budget night vision devices, and there doesn't seem to be much difference in low light performance between these two devices based on my initial testing, but this is something that we're going to be exploring more in depth in a full comparison video. Now we're going to walk a bit deeper into the woods and we'll turn on the built-in IR illuminator. This is a flood style illuminator, so it's designed for more short range use, but it's really great for navigating with. And keep in mind that this will be invisible to the naked human eye, but it will be visible to anybody else running night vision. Upgrading to a dedicated helmet mounted IR light like the Kiji might be a good idea if you need to see further and want to conserve battery life. And pick rail mounted solutions like the GL4 Pro is a great budget option for those of you looking to run an IR laser and illuminator combo for the ultimate budget night fighting setup. Now we've moved to a new location, and this area is much more wide open and will give you a better idea of the unmagnified range of the device. And under ideal moonlight conditions, you should be able to see somewhere between 300 to 400 meters. You can still see very well in areas that are partially shaded, and overall the clarity of the image is incredible on the NVG50, and this unit definitely provides some of the best long-range performance of any similarly priced helmet mountable devices. We're going to be doing a lot more comparisons over the coming weeks, but for now, here's a quick side-by-side view of the NVG50 and the NVG30. And the main difference in performance between the two devices is an upgrade in clarity on the NVG50, as well as improved form factor and build quality, and also pick rail mounting capability. There's a lot of similarity between the 30 and the 50, and the low light amplification and the field of view do seem to be pretty much on par. If you already own an NVG30, there's probably no need for you to go run out and upgrade to the 50. And your money would be better spent upgrading to an NVG30 Bino setup. But if you don't have either, the NVG50 is a slight step up and is definitely the option I'd go with between the two. But if you're on a tighter budget, the NVG30 does provide slightly better value. This is a side-by-side comparison of the NVG50 and a Gen 2 Plus PVS14, which is an analog device that will cost you between 4 to 5 times as much as an NVG50. There's no question that analog's performance is better in most cases, including low light amplification, slightly wider field of view, improved run times, and zero latency. But in many instances, the NVG50 does quite well, and if you're on a budget, it's definitely a great way to get into night vision on the cheaper end while still getting something that's very useful. The NVG50 is going to be more effective at longer ranges, and digital zoom is a really nice feature as well, and we're going to be revisiting the analog and digital comparison in another video in a few weeks. Let us know your thoughts on the NVG50 down in the comments below, and if you have any interest in picking one up, you can grab one from GoodNiteGear using the link down in the description below, and you can save 10% on this device using the coupon code US10.